The race to find a coronavirus vaccine is on in countries across the globe.
Welcome back to The Backstory. Today we're going to talk about how national pride is defining the race for the coronavirus vaccine. But there's a dark side. Right now, there are over 150 vaccines in development that pharmaceutical companies hope will be able to fight the coronavirus. The Trump administration is investing in a bunch of them in all different kinds of countries. So the US government has launched this project that it's calling
Operation Warp Speed. That means big and it means fast.
We're months into the coronavirus, which has been a health and economic catastrophe. Countries would love to be able to get their hands on these precious vials to reopen their economies. But there's something else at stake, which is national pride. Coronavirus is such a devastating, high-profile disease. For any country to be first would be a huge coup. Back in 2009, when H1N1 was the disease of the day, rich countries all scrambled to get their hands on the first doses of the vaccine without much thought to where it could do the most good or giving it to developed countries who had been hit the hardest. Donald Trump asked a bunch of vaccine manufacturers to the White House for a meeting about how to fight the coronavirus. One of the companies was called CureVac. It's a German company with an American CEO. And at one point during the meeting, Trump apparently mused about having CureVac relocate its operations to the United States, where its vaccine could be made exclusively to Americans. Reports of this meeting end up in the German press, and German heads explode. A similar situation happened in France. The American CEO of French pharmaceutical giant Sanofi mentioned in an interview that the US would be able to get first access to the company's vaccines because of the massive investment that the US was making in the company. Macron summons the CEO in for a meeting, and next thing you know, Sanofi is announcing a giant ramp up of its operations in France. Meanwhile, in the UK, citizens are really excited that Oxford University has one of the most promising vaccines in the race.
What we're announcing today is a £46 million package of investment in UK science, which will in time deliver a vaccine.
In China, a vaccine victory would turn a country where the virus began into the world's savior. Chinese President Xi Jinping is trying to turn China into a scientific powerhouse. But in doing so, he's really pressuring his scientists to produce more and more work. And then there's Trump, who is months out from re-election. Trump really buys into this patriotism. He finds any opportunity he can to rally around the flag. Throughout history, there have been upsides and downsides to this kind of patriotic, scientific, and technological race. When Thomas Edison, who was an American with no formal education, discovered the first functional indoor light bulb, Europe was floored. If countries are so obsessed with the idea of coming in first at all costs, then they'll cut corners.
A vaccine that is being developed in a collaboration between the Canadian government and the Chinese company CanSino Biologics is making a key jump. It's skipping a final phase of testing in China.
Countries aren't just competing for first access to the vaccine. They're also running to be first in a race that would affirm their national identities, their resources, and their power. This all comes down to just bragging rights.